Welcome to the Overland Legend. Really great to see you again. If you're joining me again, and if you haven't seen my previous episodes, then please have a look at them. In this series I'm restoring a Legend, so it's the restoration of my 107 pickup that I'm busy with. And in this episode I'm going to look at putting the brake pipes on and preparing the brake pipes, and then also hopefully the steering column and putting that together. So the brake pipes has been quite a job. It's taken me a few days to get done. I've actually rebent and remade them from scratch. I bought the piping. We also had a bending tool and a flaring tool which I've used. I haven't done this before, so I've had to kind of learn as I went along. So it took me a little bit longer than it should, but I've really got the hang of it now, and the last few I got done nicely. I haven't finished it quite yet, so I'm hoping to finish that today. I actually purchased the front two that join the two wheel cylinders on the front hubs. I purchased those ones because they were just too difficult to bend, and my tool just wasn't going to do that. So I've got those, and I'm going to put them on, and then I just need to do the two that join from the reservoir onto the main splitter. So once that's done, then that's a big job finished, and I'm quite excited about that. And then I'm also hoping to put together the steering column. So on my vehicle it was mostly complete, but there were some things missing. But one of the things that was complete was the steering column, and I've really made an effort to try and keep that original. I've had to buy quite a few new parts for it, which has been quite expensive. But it's nice to have that original column. It's quite unique in the sense that it's got another column that goes down the middle of the steering column, which carries the wires for the dip switch and the hooter. And I've been able to keep that intact, and I've got the necessary switches and the hooter assembly. So that's been good. I've been waiting for a couple of parts to finish it. I wanted to get some extra or some new ball bearings, because the ones I had were a little bit pitted, and then the ball races I also saw which were a bit pitted, so I've ordered some more of those and I received them this week. So now I've got everything that I can use and put it together. So that's going to be really nice to finally get that assembled, and then I can connect it up, and then the whole steering should be sorted out. So yeah, so hopefully going to actually finish a few items today, and you know, hit some of those milestones in the process of rebuilding. So let's hope it goes well, and let's see. Yeah, I'll show you what I've done and what I've done in the last few weeks, and then also I'll show you what I do today, and let's finish it off. Started off with the brake lines for the rear axle. I thought that would be a little bit easier, and I was actually doing it in situ. So I was doing it, you know, connecting it and then bending it as I went along. But it also didn't prove to be the best solution. But I carried on and I finished off these ones, and then they did eventually fit and actually looked alright. But I decided to change my way a little bit after that. Then I moved on to the front pipes, and those ones I did not in situ. So I just tried to measure it, and then I would first cut off the piece to make sure that I had the right length, or just a little bit longer, and then I actually marked the bends as to where I needed to bend them, and then I bent them separately while it was off the vehicle, and that seemed to work out a little bit better. Yeah, so it's taken me a while to get the hang of this bending and cutting. With this bending device that we're using, it's a bit tricky because you've got to work out exactly where the bend is. If you get it wrong, then you bend it either too early or too late, and then it doesn't work. But I've made about 5 pipes now, and I've finally started to get the hang of it. So this one is on the back, and this one's actually looking quite good. So I've finished it now, and now I'm just gonna do the ends with the crimping tool, and then I just need to remember to put the fittings on. Yeah, the last pipe I didn't put the fittings on, so but yeah, that's how it goes. But yeah, I'm getting there. I think I should be finished all of the stuff today, so that's it's looking good. The next part of the process was to make the ends of the pipes with the flaring tool, either into a male connection or into a female connection, and that worked quite well. It's just that the clamp didn't quite hold the pipe tight and slipped through, so I just had to tighten it in the vise as well. But then the actual flaring on the end worked quite well, and most of the ends look quite good, but I'll only really know once I connect them up and put brake fluid in, and hopefully I've got leak-free connections. I'd been waiting so long to get these pipes done, and just needed to get everything, all the parts that I needed, and the time to do it. And so there was a huge amount of satisfaction actually having bent these pipes now and fitting them, and seeing them fit nicely, and the whole finish process, and seeing it looking good. The last pipes that I did were for the reservoir to the master cylinder, and these ones were slightly wider diameter, but I could do them on the tool as well, and this one's especially actually came out quite nicely, and you can see I think that one's going to work really nice. And then it was just fitting the last pipes, and those ones I bent mostly in situ. And as you can hear, this was an 80s weekend that I had here, so the tunes were all from that time. So that's one of the nice things, just working and listening to some music. It sort of keeps you And finally it was all done, and really happy with the final outcome, and I think it's looking great. So let's just hope they work and they actually stop me from crashing. As I mentioned, I'd also finally got all the parts for the steering column to assemble that. So I put it together just to check that everything was there and it was going to work. And then I could actually go ahead and finally assemble it and then seal it up. So this is the worm and nut type steering column, which has just got the nut at the bottom. It doesn't have It's got this nut over here at the bottom. It doesn't actually have the ball race like the later steering columns. And then on the top, it's got a ball race on the top where the steering column runs on. And then this one also has a hole in the middle, which is where you put the steering tube through, and the hooter and dip switch wires go through the middle of that steering tube. So it's slightly different. And then on the top here, it takes 18 of these little ball bearings in this ball race, and then it just you tension it up with this to get the float right. So I'm just putting in these ball bearings now. I've got some new ones, so I'm just replacing the old ones. Other than the ball bearings and the ball race, I haven't actually replaced much on the steering column, and everything else seems to be in surprisingly good condition. So I've left all of the original parts and then just really changed the seals and put it back together. So it seems to work fine, but I'm only really going to know once I've got it on the vehicle. I'm going to do a separate video in a little bit more detail about the rest of the steering column. I'm just waiting for the wiring to go through the middle and then connect the hooter up, because that seems quite complicated, and I think it'll be really interesting just to share how I put that together, because it's taken me a while to work out how that works. But the steering column's fitted now, and so now I can put the rest on and carry on getting the steering all hooked up. So also really happy with how that looks, and this is a major milestone for me again. So thanks once again for watching my video. I really appreciate it, and please subscribe if you haven't, and if you want to be notified every time I put up a new video, then make sure you click the notification button so you're the first to know. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye.